can do it.
Oh, lost
Look
it.
at that. I planned that the whole time.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Michael with RC Crawling. Today we are making windows. We are going to install windows in an SCX30 Jeep body, and I used the other half of this plastic container. It was a salad container. I just washed it out, cut it up, and I will show you the process that I followed to install windows. I have partnered with Grandpa's RC Off-Road Recovery. He is printing for me and I am painting. So I am diving into commissions. These are going back to Washington where John lives, and this is going to Jason. So I appreciate the opportunity to be part of Grandpa's team and work on some custom bodies for the rest of the team. Let's go ahead and dive in, and I will show you the process, and you should be able to confidently install windows after this 15-20 minute video. Let's take a closer look at how we're going to cut out the windows to fit our SCX30 XJ body. I have created some templates that I have labeled. I cut out a manila file folder so it would fit, and then just traced the actual space of the window onto this template. So I've got enough material to glue down, and I can tell that all of my material will fit by tracing the window, if that makes sense. I can make sure I've got enough overhang to glue it in. For the side windows, I cut out one piece. So when we trace this onto the plastic to cut it out, since it's clear, we're just going to cut the same design, and one will be for the passenger side and the other side will be for the driver's side. And then of course the same with the rear window here. So we know that we are going to cover our opening and have plenty of material to be able to glue it in place. Let's go ahead and do the front windshield, which is this piece. So all I am going to do, and this piece that I cut has a slight little curve to it, which is perfect for the XJ windshield. So all we're going to do is place our template on top of the plastic and trace along the outsides. This tracing of the window opening does not matter for our purposes anymore. So we have got our window traced on here. Grab our scissors, and we are going to just simply cut along the Sharpie lines. And now, just like that, we've got a front windshield. So unfortunately, this plastic is a little scratched. It just is what it is at this point. But no big deal. So from the back side, I just like to check that our fitment looks good. Which it seems to be. If anything, I think I might just trim a little bit off the top here, not too much. Hopefully I didn't just cut too much. That looks good. So we will take some blue painter's tape. And tape our window in place from the outside. So we've got that sitting the way we want. And now the tricky bit, we're going to use some E6000 glue to glue this in place. You can see it's already starting to come out. And all I do is just run it along the top of the window. It will go all the way around. And I'm just kind of coating it on here like you would with caulking. If you've ever used caulking in the kitchen or the bathroom, that's kind of the theory that I'm using with the E6000. So we got a nice bead on there that's going to hold in place once it dries. And we're going to do the same down here. Sorry that it's not focusing on anything but my finger. A nice bead of glue on there. Hopefully we didn't get that glue bead too high where it shows on the windshield from the other side. Looking okay. You just want to make sure to pull any strings away from the windshield if you get any strings. That is how you cut and install windows for your car. I'm going to cut out the rest and glue the rest in. And then I will return once these are all dried to show the final result. This is a good point to jump back in. I have done 3 of the 4 windows. So we did the windshield. I did the rear window and side windows. This build does have an interior, which is right here. I just rattle canned this black and then did some detail painting on the dash. Pretty simple, pretty basic, but effective, I think. So I want to be able to install this interior with the windows. And so I want to show you the process that I'm going through to achieve that. So I've cut our last window, and as you can see in that reflection, there's a little bit of a bump around the window, and the plastic continues past that. So that would be an issue. If you don't have an interior, this part does not matter. But if you're going to run an interior, you may need to make sure that your windows don't block the interior. So what I'm going to do is just take my Sharpie and make some marks right across here, and then I'm going to detail trim it. We'll just pull our window piece out. We've marked it, and we're just going to do a more precise cut. To make sure that our interior will fit. And the Sharpie, at least on this plastic, just rub it a little bit and it wipes right off. That way you don't have any Sharpie marks showing when you install your windows, which, not the end of the world, but it would just kind of annoy me. So now our window fits nicely in there and will not interfere with our interior. Looks like there's a little bit of a high spot there, so I'm going to come back with the scissors and just knock that down. Can't really tell that I did anything, but when we put it back in here, come on, focus. Looks good. So all I do, again, is just tape from the outside to hold the window in place while we glue it. And to show it one last time, we'll take our E6000. You don't really need to squeeze the tube, just holding it in your hand. I've found the warmth of your hand will cause the glue to start to expand a little bit and start coming out. Now you can give it a little bit of a squeeze. You don't want to have a big bead to start with, because you can get that on the window itself. So again, just gonna gently and carefully, and watch your strings when you pull away. Just put that tip right in the corner and just give it just like a bead of caulking worth of glue. And then we'll come back and do it on the underside. I don't worry about doing the sides of the windows because I don't have enough space in this body. And on the finished red Jeep that I've been driving, I have not had any issues with the windows coming out of place. I can see a spot. We want to put a little bit of a touch-up right there, and then between the windows, like to give it just a little bit more so you get a little bit of a bead to run underneath the plastic. Now we can set that aside to dry, and we'll come back and check out the finished results. I left the glue to dry overnight, which is not entirely necessary. After about half an hour, you should be good. But you can see all of our glue beads in there. Let's pull the tape off. And just like that easy, we've got windows. And since we trimmed our windows to fit with the interior, we can pop that right in. Just hold it in place with tape for now. Full interior and windows on an SCX30, and it only took us about 20 minutes. I also used the same plastic for the headlight lenses and the running lights here. I didn't show that just because they're smaller and fiddly, hard to show on camera, but same process as with the windows. Just cut it to fit and carefully glue it in. thank you so much for watching. I appreciate everyone out there that dedicates time to watching my content. If you have not already, like, comment, subscribe, and share. I am getting real close to being able to monetize YouTube. I don't expect it to bring in a lot of money, but any little bit that it does generate will go right back into the hobby. It will definitely help me bring exciting, fresh content more frequently. I have finished up my little red Jeep with some scale accessories on the inside and on the top. And I'm holding the phone and trying to do this. A magnetic roof rack. This is going to be going brushless soon, thanks to the Furatech torque setup, which should be here in the next few days. I will get a video out on that soon. I appreciate everyone tuning in. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think of this video. Do you like these how-to videos, or would you prefer more crawling content? So I will catch you again soon in the next video.